Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown is a survival strategy game developed by Gamexcite and published by Daedalic Entertainment. The thematics set the tone early, drawing on that next-gen world we know and love. The game creators are clearly fans of the show, and for me, this was certainly evident throughout. I also really like the old-school strategy nature of the game and how easy it is to pick up and play. Not every game has to be a graphical CGI fest. Most of the fun of gaming is the challenge associated with the game, and this game certainly doesn't pull its punches. There are 4 core mechanics that make up the main gameplay loop: the top level resource and crew status management, the Fallout Shelter style ship development, the away team / text adventure choice missions, and the ship to ship combat. While none of these elements are particularly deep, the whole is larger than the sum of its parts. Combined, they add variety and keep you engaged and moving forward. There are, however, some trebles in the system. The clunkiness of some of the controls, interfaces and options being an obvious one. They don't spoil the experience, but given how basic the game is in many respects, it's a shame they didn't add slicker controls and options. The biggest issue the game has is the lack of depth in its 4 main mechanics. This translates into the game overall playing more like a series of greatest hits from the Voyager TV series than a new adventure game. It feels like the game is on parallel rails to the series, and whatever options you choose, you will still end up on the same or similar path. This is also offset with the potential for some disappointment if dice rolls go against you, and some moments of tedium as the ship-to-ship combat soon becomes repetitive. Overall then, this is a good old-fashioned survival strategy made with love and respect for the original IP. It certainly has its flaws and imperfections which keep it from assailing the lofty heights of greatness. That said, it delivers where few Star Trek games have gone before, and I really enjoyed the game. There is a good enough mix of gameplay variety, challenge and fan service to please the Trekkie within, and remind you how Voyager, despite Captain Proton and Tuvix, was far better than anything made since Enterprise. So how does Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown stack up? The logical score for this game is an IGN out of 10, or in other words, a 7 out of 10. It's a good game that delivers on its promises. This is the strategy game I was expecting, and as a fan of Star Trek and Voyager, I was certainly not disappointed.